to remain fully seated at all times, keeping hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And parents, watch your little ones, making sure they are seated away from those train openings on a lap or on a bench. Our next stop again is Mickey's Toontown Depot, gateway to Fantasyland, gateway to Mickey's Toontown, and gateway to the west side of our park, as well as Star Wars Galaxyland. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride up the river. Next stop is Mickey's Toontown Depot.
While we're parked inside of the station. Thank you. Toontown Depot. To make sure everyone's fully seated at this time. That includes all small children. They must be seated on a bench on the lap of an adult away from the train door opening.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride,
did you see anyone get off?
just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad.
Looks like our engineers have filled up that tank with water, so we are ready to roll on to Toontown. Please remain fully seated on those benches. Parents, please make sure those little ones are also fully seated all the way back on the bench or on your lap. Please also keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs fully inside the train at all times. And keep those small children away from the openings of the train or on your lap. We are now on our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot. That's going to be your stop for all things Fantasyland, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and Mickey's Toontown. Once again, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad.
Please, everyone, stay seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Supervise the little ones seating away from the center of the train cars. And that's about it. Welcome aboard, everybody. Our next stop, Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure
have all the water we need. This train is now departing. As a reminder, keep all small children seated away from the openings. Remain seated at all times. Keep all hands, arms, and legs inside the train at all times and supervise your children. Once again, our next stop will be Toontown Depot, and you will be able to get off the train there.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands on
you will need to keep those wheels low and get to the bottom of the stairs. Thanks again for choosing the Disneyland Railroad today, and hope you want to
Hello, friends, and welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. Please remain fully seated on those benches with your hands, arms, feet, and legs fully inside the train. Parents, please supervise those little ones and keep small children away from the openings of the train or on your lap. Just so you know, our New Orleans Square station is currently closed due to construction, so we will not be disembarking at New Orleans Square. We will still be disembarking at the Toontown and Tomorrowland station, and once again here at Main Street. Our next stop is New Orleans Square Station. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circuit.
Please remain fully seated on those benches while the train is in motion. Parents, make sure those little ones are fully seated on those benches facing forward, please.
Trip back in time to the Primaval world.
There you go. Turn this way.
Welcome aboard. Please stay seated. Keep your hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the vehicle. Parents, please supervise your children. Ensure that they're fully seated on the veteran's lap. Our next stop is New Orleans Square Station, but that station is currently closed. So we have everything now.
We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the Primaval world.
it? Bravo, man. Well, yeah, not later on tonight, but I'll see you on the next one. Hey.
Alright, everyone, I'm the next up on our trail.
We'll be stopping at the Orland Square,
Vamos a las night party. Yo creo que salió en el TikTok para que me guste.
Please keep those wheelchairs and strollers folded until you get to the bottom of the stairs. Once again, please just remain fully seated. Ones are also fully seated until you get to the full up in Main Street. Alrighty, folks, this train is now ready to depart. Welcome aboard the Holiday 2 on the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And parents, please supervise your children, making sure they are fully seated on their bottoms at all times and away from our large train openings. Our next stop will be New Orleans Square Station, but unfortunately you won't be able to get off the train at New Orleans, and it is currently closed due to the construction at Haunted Mansion. So once again, you will not be able to disembark the train at New Orleans Square Station. Next stop, Mickey's Toontown Depot.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station, but to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there, literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station, New Orleans Square.
For operational purposes, it'll only take about a couple minutes. Then we'll be on our way to Toontown, so just do us a favor and remain seated throughout our entire stay here in New Orleans. Thank you. Mickey's Toontown Depot. Once again, please remain seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the train, and parents, supervise your children.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
We're now entering the bayou, soon to be home to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Princess Tiana swears there's magic out here, and wherever there's magic, there's bound to be surprises. Blue skies and sunshine guaranteed. Speaking of surprises, this place we're passing over is chock full of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and other beloved critters on fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with Rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below.
Alrighty folks, it does look like we're coming to an unscheduled stop here. Please do us a favor and remain seated at all times. We should be rolling momentarily. Typically what happens is the train in front of us has not fully cleared Toontown yet, so we have to hold here for a little bit, but just please do us a favor and remain seated at all times, as our engineers will start driving the train at any moment. Thank you.
We'll see what the wait is.
Hey, Bobby. Hey. Surprise, I love you.
This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of pier, the one you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please
Alrighty folks, welcome to Mickey's Toontown Depot. For your safety, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. This will be your closest stop for attractions like the Matterhorn, Bobsleds, Alice in Wonderland, the Tea Party, Casey Jr. Circus Train, Jungle the Flying Elephant, and much, much more. This is also your closest stop for Mickey's Toontown, featuring Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Thank you. Legs inside the train. And parents, please supervise your children. Our next stop is going to be Tomorrowland Station. Alrighty folks, this train is now ready to depart. Please remain seated, keep your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the train, and parents, please supervise your children. Our next stop is going to be Main Street Station, but first we're going to take a detour through the Grand Canyon and the Primeval world. While inside the tunnel, we ask you to please refrain from any flash photography or flash video lighting. We also ask that you turn off any light-up toys or accessories as a courtesy to those around you. Thank you.
Our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado, tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. Gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Alrighty folks, welcome back to Main Street Station. For your safety, please remain seated till the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. This will be your closest stop for all things Main Street, USA, as well as your closest stop for Adventureland, Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and Critter Country. Also, just a heads up, Main Street Station is a stairs-only station. There are no ramps or elevators, so please leave your wheelchairs and strollers folded until you've made it to the bottom of the staircase. Thank you.
Aboard Holiday Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain fully seated at all times, keeping hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Parents, if you have small children, make sure your small children are fully seated on the bench or on a lap, sitting away from the train opening. Our next stop today is going to be New Orleans Square Station, but due to construction in the area, that station is closed. You will not be able to exit the train at New Orleans Square. We'll just be holding for operational purposes, and then after a couple of minutes, we'll be moving on to our second stop, which is Toontown Depot, where you will then be free to exit the train. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, folks.
We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the Primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas.
Friends, please make sure you're fully seated upright and not leaning forward in an unsafe manner, please. Yes, thank you.
New Orleans Square Station. But to get there,
Parents, make sure your children are not standing up as well. They need to be seated.
peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be...
Once again, please make sure your children are fully seated while the train is in motion. As we approach New Orleans Square Station, folks, please make sure everyone also remains seated at the station once it gets closed. You'll not be able to exit the train here. We're just going to be parking for a couple of minutes to take care of a few operational purposes, and then afterwards, we're going to be moving back along the line down to Mickey's Toontown. That's where you'll be able to exit the train next, folks. So please, we appreciate your patience at this time. Just remain fully seated. Please will be on in just a couple of minutes. For your safety, please remain fully seated at all times, keeping hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Parents, please watch your kids as well. If they're under the age of 7, just make sure they're seated away from those train openings. Make sure they are fully seated also, whether they're on a lap or on a bench. Our next up today is going to be Tomorrowland Station. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure we are going to get there today. If you did just join us, just to be advised also that our New Orleans Square Station is closed, so you cannot exit the train over at New Orleans Square. If you'd like to visit that area of the park, just make sure to budget in a little bit of extra walking time to walk from any of our other stations. So that's New Orleans, Critter Country, Adventureland, Frontierland. Thank you, folks. Next stop is the future Tomorrowland Station.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. A glimpse of a March 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere. Ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes.
As we approach the next station, folks, please remember to remain fully seated until the train has come to a full stop. Please leave those doors connected. Getting off the train. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA. Closest up from Park exit, Disney's California Adventure, Downtown Disney District, and all the shopping and dining that Main Street, USA has to offer. Please be advised to station only on the staircase. If you are traveling with wheels today, just keep them folded till you get down to the bottom of the stairs. Thanks again for choosing the Disneyland Railroad, and welcome to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard, friends. That's another management station here at all times. Marsh, like thank you inside the train at all times. We have you but little one pictures make it at all times, keeping away from any train opening. As a present one in Gurley station is closed, as we would not be unloading or loading guests at that station.
We'll be stopping at Whirling Square, next to Toontown and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. Remember that for safety, you need to swing seats, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs
Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now loading for a trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom, the Grand Canyon and Primaval World. Stop at Frontierland, Mickey's Toontown and Tomorrowland.
Bienvenidos y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain.